Hey, good morning. It is it's 11 something. I kind of slept in a little bit, and you can see all my junk hanging up in this boudoir thing. I've kind of slept in, so it's 11 something. I don't think I've said that. So this is month 2 of my travel journey. Going on month 3 in like a couple weeks. And if you've been following me since the beginning, you know how hard it's been to find healthy food choices, meat-free, dairy-free, like made with no animal products. And I've ended up cooking most of the time, but sometimes you want to go out. Like, I don't want to always cook every meal, or I do want to taste the local food, but that is not always an option, especially in Montenegro. So I figured I'd take this time to show you what I actually eat in a day. Usually it's pretty simple, or like when I was in Dubrovnik, I was just buying different vegetables and sauteing them and throwing them over some pasta with some sauce, and that was a meal. So I do need to go grocery shopping because I'm actually all out of dinner food, and I still have breakfast and lunch, but I may eat out for lunch today. This may be all over the place, but for breakfast, it's always simple for me. However, again, in Montenegro, this was such an issue because I couldn't even find something as simple as little packets of oatmeal, and the ones that I did end up stumbling on had like dried what do you call it, dried condensed milk. Like, I had to translate. In this part of the world they call milk mlieko. Yeah, I think it's mlieko because J's are pronounced like Y's. So it would even have milk in it. It was so hard. Like, they literally did not have boxes of single packets of Quaker Oats, or even the canister or a bag. Like, the oats that they had for some reason, let me get the light. The oats that they had for some reason would not absorb water. So most mornings I would make it, but I could not finish it. I could not bring myself to eat that crap. So I'm so glad that here in Split, I have found these. Even in Dubrovnik and Hvar. Did I look in Hvar? What was I eating in the mornings? Sometimes I did find an oatmeal without milk in it, but they did not have these. So Split is the place to be for like modern civilization. Like, so I'm gonna fix these up right now. Let me sit you guys down. Even at home, how do I want to do this? So even at home, I think that's even. Even at home, I do like to have something as simple as oatmeal and fruit. And, oh, and I also have tea. That doesn't matter. Boy. It's kind of hot. I'm about to turn on the AC. Surprised the weather is like this. Do I even want to walk today? That's a lot of water. That's good enough. So they did have flavored oatmeal. That's cool or whatever. When I'm at home, sometimes I'll buy that. Or at least back in the day. When I was living in New York, I would always buy flavored oatmeal. But now I'm into plain and just a little bit of honey. And this is the best honey I bought so far. I tried to buy honey in Montenegro, and it was just it was a mess. It was a mess. So I literally can get full just off a packet of oatmeal. It's always been that way for some reason. And I forced myself to eat a piece of fruit with it. Also, when I was in Montenegro, I bought what was a huge bag of chia seeds. So I'm running out. I probably got like 2 more scoops out of this, even though I should finish this in a day. I was just looking for creative ways to get protein and fiber, and chia seeds are a good source of fiber. I think they have a little protein in them, but they're a good source of fiber, which somebody like me needs. And I had started putting these in my orange juice, and I got tired of like having to scoop them out once they had absorbed the liquid. I got tired of like scooping them out and eating them. So then I got to the point where I'm like, I'll just take a spoonful plain and then chase with some OJ. And then when I didn't have OJ anymore at the next place, I was like, I'll just chase it with some water. Now I'm like, I have this oatmeal. Let me just go ahead and put them in this oatmeal. So I literally just sprinkle a tablespoon onto my oatmeal, like so. And yeah, we're gonna I made my tea ready. I can't believe I'm out, and I don't think, I need to decide if I'm gonna buy some more chia seeds here, because at this point in the game, I'm about to start staying in hostels and hotels for the next month and a half, almost a month and a half. Shit. Oh my God, it's about to be like a month and a half. So I'm gonna be in hotels and hostels. But I really feel like lugging around chia seeds and whipping them out. But I do really need them. So I think I'm gonna go to a health store and see if I can pick some up. See how big the packet is. If it's small like this one, and if it's resealable, I would like one of those, then I'll go ahead and pick them up. Tea. One thing I hate, like I am a tea drinker. I hate little teacups. I need a big ass mug. I need a mug so I can fill it up with my tea and chug it. So I bought some chamomile tea while I'm here, but I also bought these black Lipton tea bags from home just because my mom has a ton of them, but she buys them for me. So to get rid of them, I just bought I guess one sleeve to Europe, and so I'm almost finished with them finally. And I don't know, this will be my little caffeine in the morning, and the chamomile tea, oh here it is right here. This is for when I want to have tea later in the day, so I'm not up all night, because I had a tiny bit of caffeine and, you know, couldn't sleep until 4 o'clock in the morning. The tea bag literally fits the cup. What is that? But yeah, it literally fits into the cup. Like, that's how much cup I have, a tea bag's worth. And let me get my honey. I'm not a honey person. I don't know why I started. Maybe it was like my last year in New York I started putting it in my oatmeal, but when I was little I was never into honey. But I do have to say that this honey is kind of good. I also, right before I came to Europe, I had bought some from Whole Foods, like the Bear Honey, but it's not like the Bear Honey sold everywhere. Whatever the Bear Honey is in the Bear tube that's sold in Whole Foods, that is delicious. Because my mom had some before and I'm like, this honey tastes weird. She had some from like CVS or something. No, the Bear Honey from Whole Foods is the bomb. As if I know anything about honey. Put that in there, and that is it. I'm hoping to actually finish this jar before I leave here. It's Monday, I have 4 more times. I'll put a dent in it. So yeah, you may not want to see it, but I'll show you guys once my water boils. So I have my oatmeal, which looks pretty weird with the chia seeds in it. I have my tea, my 32 ounce of water, or 32 ounces, and my banana, which looks like it's been through some things, but I actually don't like aged bananas. I like them yellow. Yellow with no bruising, that is how I like them. So this has been in the refrigerator, so it's still pretty fresh. And then to top it all off, I got these iron pills the last time I was in Italy. It was like an emergency, and they happen to have iron, copper, vitamin C, folic acid, and B12. So when I was in America, I was using up, you know, our multivitamins are different. Like in Europe, especially in France, they don't necessarily have multivitamins. You have to buy like vitamin C, B12, folic acid. You have to buy the different vitamins separate. Whereas in America, we have like 36 vitamins in one. So I'm actually surprised that this vitamin has all of this. So when I was in America, I was using up, you know, my normal American multivitamins. But I thought, one, I need to use these because they weren't necessarily cheap, but I don't like to waste things, and they're a good vitamin. So I brought these here so I can use them up, and I still will have a couple to take back to America, but for now these come in handy, especially with the B12. Like the B12 is why they are here with me. Otherwise I wouldn't really be taking them because I don't necessarily need iron right now. So yeah, this is breakfast. For lunch, it's so late in the day, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to go out to a restaurant. because I do kind of want to walk around the city a little bit, and I also have to grocery shop. So on my way back home, I can go pick up dinner, but I don't want to have to like rush back, cook lunch, then cook dinner. But when I'm in the States, like, I'm a cooker. I am a cooker. I would rather cook all of my meals for some reason. I think it's me being cheap because eating out is expensive. So yeah, it's not, I actually hate cooking. I hate cooking. It's my least favorite thing to do in the world, but I'm frugal like that. So I will see you guys for lunch. A huge bunch of nectarines that I need to finish before I go to my next city. So yeah, this is what I snack on throughout the day. This sun is definitely tiring me out, like I'm ready for a nap. But the vegan restaurant that I found is just about 20 minutes from here walking. It's by the port, and there's the wind, so I'll see you guys at the restaurant. I knew this was about to happen. As soon as I walk up to the register to order, I see a cash only sign, and guess who doesn't have their debit card? So I'm gonna have to come back here Thursday. Right now, I gotta go find something to eat because I'm starving. So I've ended up at a pub, and I was just gonna get like some vegetables and sweet potato fries, but they have a veggie burger, so I'm gonna try that. Where is it? So this veggie burger comes with caramelized onions, guacamole, rocket. I think that's it. And it is so dark. Yeah, I think that's it. And I got some sweet potato fries. I feel like I'm missing something. Rocket, caramelized onions, guacamole, maybe some mushrooms, I don't know, but hopefully it's delicious. So there's a crazy breeze right now. I'm just standing here to update you guys. I have the itis, like the actual itis. I'm ready for a nap, and I think the breeze is gone. Nope, it is still there. So that burger was super filling. It was clearly freshly made with like beans and stuff, beans, corn. It was so dark in there, that's all I could distinguish. Oh. And it wasn't as flavorful as you would think, so it wasn't good. Yeah, it like literally fell apart as I touched it. Oh, the breeze is gone. It fell apart. But the one thing I can say is that it was actually filling. I can't believe this wind. So because I'm so stuffed and I know I won't be that hungry in a couple hours when it's dinner time, I'm just gonna eat my, oh my god, my ears like stopped up. I'm just gonna eat my salad that I have in the house and go grocery shopping tomorrow. Here's the wind again. I don't even know that I'm gonna like sit down here for a while because the sun is gonna make me even more tired and sleepy. Like, I am exhausted. I don't understand why it was so dark in there. I sat inside because when I sit outside, bugs are all flying around my food and stuff, and that's very annoying. But sitting in there are flies, and you can't tell that they're around your food, so it's a lose-lose. So I'm gonna walk around the port just a little bit before I go ahead and head on home. I am back home, still like exhausted. Maybe it was the beer that took me over, but I am so tired. Like, it's 6:30. I usually eat dinner around 7. Oh, I'm not eating at 7. Like, I'm not hungry at all, but I'm gonna force myself to eat probably around 8. But I did want to talk about the struggles, or more struggles, that I've been having with finding basically vegan meals everywhere. A couple of times I've had to resort to going to restaurants that sell pizza, getting a veggie pizza, and just saying no cheese. And I can think of one time when it was good. The other times it was just something for me to eat. Like I had to eat and I had no other options. And sometimes I'll see a pasta with, I guess, a red sauce on it. So just a tomato sauce. And every now, not even every now and then, one time in Yelsa, I saw that they also put vegetables in the pasta. But that was the first time I saw that on a menu, just in that area. It's been hard. It's been very hard. I mean, as I mentioned this morning, just me finding oatmeal and then looking at the ingredients and seeing that it contains milk. I didn't even know that was a thing. I did not know that was a thing. Like, I know that people add milk to their oatmeal. I'm not a milk drinker. I don't like putting milk in anything. So I just boil water and throw it in there. But the fact that the milk comes in the oatmeal is just like, you can't win for losing, at least on this side of the continent, because I feel like Western Europe has plenty of vegan places. Western Europe is like the LA of Europe. You have tons of vegan and vegetarian places, or at least vegan friendly. The one place I found today I was looking forward to going to, but they're cash only, and I don't see myself going to the ATM and getting out that much cash. Like, it wasn't necessarily a cheap place. Yeah, cheap is the word. It's technically affordable, but for me it would still be like a little splurge versus, you know, a $10 and under meal. It wasn't that type of place to me. So because I only have maybe a week left in this country and they have their own currency, I'm gonna try to avoid going to the ATM. I used my last bit of cash to leave a tip at the restaurant I was just at, but hopefully, what else do I need to do? I'll probably just end up cooking the rest of my time here. I'm definitely gonna go to the grocery store tomorrow because I will need dinner stuff. What I would usually have for lunch is my little makeshift salad where I just have some mesclun lettuce, or mesclun mix, some tomatoes, and then I'll eat some fruit with it. I usually will just eat that for lunch, and it sounds simple, but it's so filling for me. I'm gonna eat that for dinner, and I'll show you guys that really quickly. And I have a bunch of mushrooms left over. I'm gonna saute some of those up just in case I'm not full enough, which I don't see why I wouldn't be, but mushrooms are life. I love mushrooms. I love putting them with anything. So I'm just gonna put those on the side of it, and that'll be my dinner. So I will hopefully, I'm gonna try not to go to sleep without eating anything. That would be horrible, but I can't stress enough how hungry I am not. But I will see you guys when it is dinner time, which will be a couple more hours from now. It makes absolutely no sense. Boy, how tired I am. It's almost 8 p.m. right now, and I'm still not hungry, but I'm just gonna go ahead. I have this because I'm gonna saute up some mushrooms, even though I've been thinking I shouldn't even waste my mushrooms because I'm not hungry, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get my little salad together so I can shower and get in bed. So I got this it was like a huge thing of mushrooms, and I'm literally just gonna get a few of these out of here, cut them up. Does anyone else just wipe off their mushrooms? I always feel that they're way too dirty to just be wiping, so I rinse them off lightly. How many of these do I want? Let's get about 2 more, yeah. All right, I'm gonna saute these up and come back later. So here's the finished product. We have a couple tomatoes, a nectarine, the lettuce mix, and then some mushrooms. I have never just sauteed up some mushrooms to go with a salad, if that's what you would call this. And I usually don't eat salad dressing also. If I eat raw vegetables, it's like I'd rather just get it over with, and I don't even use a fork. Like I'll literally roll the lettuce up and just eat it like that because it's not appetizing. I do enjoy vegetables. I prefer, even if they're lightly sauteed, I prefer for them to be cooked. So when it comes to like lettuce and stuff, or mainly lettuce, even spinach sometimes, I'll literally just eat it out of the bag like chips. Like I just want to get it over with and get my greens and go. So this will be my last meal. But usually, I'm actually gonna eat it like that just to show you. Usually, later in the day, I guess around now, it's exactly 8 p.m. Around now, or maybe 9 p.m., I'll have some chamomile tea and some dark chocolate. However, I eat Oreos. Oreos have been my thing while in Europe because there's not much else I could buy aside from pure dark chocolate to snack on. So Oreos cannot have the vegan stamp because they are made in a factory and probably on machinery that also makes other things that contain dairy. But Oreos themselves, if you look at the ingredients, they do not contain dairy. So I'm not one of those contamination or cross-contamination Nazis like, who cares? I don't care what else you're making on these machines. Oreos don't contain dairy, which was a shocker to me. Like you think, okay, the cream must be made with milk, but it is not. So usually that's my go-to snack later in the day, like after I've eaten dinner and I feel like slightly a little bit more hungry. So I'll just have those and then obviously brush my teeth and go to bed. But aside from that, I literally just snack on fruit throughout the day. So for some reason, nectarines have been my thing again while on this journey. I have no clue why, but they're really, really good, especially this batch that I got. Like they're kind of soft, juicy. I've just been effing these things up for the last 2 months. Like they're so good. Every time I go to the grocery store, I'll get them. So yeah, that is it and what I eat in a day. I'm literally about to scarf this down. Maybe I'll slow it down and like watch an episode of something on Netflix, but I am so tired. Like I just want to hop in the shower because I feel gross and get in bed, and it's barely 8 p.m. So I will see you guys in the next video, and thanks for staying till the end.